Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Punk Rock Parkinson's. I know it's been probably two and a half months since I did a video, but just had a lot going on in that time, a lot of stress. Not so much Parkinson's related per se, but more just life and job related and some things going on there. And so that's been tough to work through, and I'm still working through a lot of that. But anyway, the main reason I wanted to come in today was because I had a pretty good gut punch yesterday with Parkinson's disease, and it was Father's Day, and I was fortunate. My youngest son and his girlfriend came into town. And went out with us. They came in Saturday afternoon and then left yesterday evening toward about 8 o'clock. But anyway, so that part was awesome. That really made my Father's Day, just to at least be able to see one of my kids and hang out a little bit and but the day yesterday started off really, really good. But we decided we were going to go to breakfast at a really good breakfast place here, not too far from us in Houston. And on the way there, I just started getting really dyskinetic, and I had just I hadn't done anything as far as my medicine. I had taken it on time, and I got up that morning, and then again at noon when the alarm went off and for my next dose. But anyway, on the way there, and by the time we got there, I was just super dyskinetic. I mean, I couldn't sit still. I was wiggling all over the place. It was exhausting. It was, I don't know, it sucked. And made it a little tougher to eat, but I did okay. Made it through that lunch, and I had brought my controller with me, because my DBS controller, because I was fine when we left, and that's something that I haven't dealt with in quite some time. Maybe a little dyskinesia here and there or whatever, but nothing really bad. And it was pretty bad. Like, it was as bad as I'd had it since having my DBS. And anyway, we got home, and everybody, after eating a really good full meal, everybody was ready for a nap, and I am not a nap person, very anti-nap. But anyway, so while everybody was napping, I was just kind of watching something on TV. It was more background noise than anything, and then just kind of playing some games on my iPad or whatever. And I noticed my right foot started tremoring, and not bad. It was just that typical slight tremor, just going on. And then it went to my right arm and got really bad. And of course my right hand, it wants to curl and tighten, and then all these muscles, especially through here, it tightens up tremendously and really starts to wear you out. And I was already worn out from being dyskinetic all over the place, what it felt like early before this. And anyway, I was not having a good time. And I had skipped my 4 o'clock dose of carbidopa levodopa because I was dyskinetic, and so I thought, well, I don't need to add to it, because usually that's what causes that, is an excess of dopamine from the medicine, and of course being on it for 9 years like I have been, with the exception of about a year after my DBS. But anyway, I got up and it was like it wasn't as bad because I know if my DBS turned off, if I turned it off, it would be really bad. But I think I had to get up and go to the bathroom or something like that. And so I did that and I walked to the bathroom, but it was very difficult. My right leg was not wanting to move in conjunction, like you normally do, like we normally walk. And then my left hand started trembling as I was walking along the course of my right hand. It's all, balled up. And so anyway, I decided on the way back from the restroom, I grabbed my controller because it was on my nightstand in my bedroom, and of course it was dead because I hadn't kept it charged. So I plugged it into the charger and stuff, and was able to, once it came on, turn it on. I connected to my generator battery in here, and I had to make, for my right side that is worse than my left side, I had to bump it up 5 times, and they go up in 0.5 increments, and that's the most I've ever had to do. To finally get my tremors to completely stop and my arm to relax and everything else. And then I had to go up I think I went up 3 times on my left side to get it to calm down and the tremors to stop. And it was by far the worst day of Parkinson's that I've had since I had DBS. And it was just, I think more so than the physical pain and the exhaustion, the drain that it takes out of you. The toughest part of it was the mental anguish, the anxiety that it brought on. I'm fully aware of my Parkinson's every day, but to get a full-on, what I call a gut punch reminder of, what this disease is doing to me. And again, like I said, I didn't shut it off or anything. And I haven't for coming on 2 years. I think August 2 years ago will be the last time that I shut it off. And that was when I was at a Abbott conference. And, but it was just, I don't know, it's pretty kind of devastating to me, I guess, just mentally, especially. I always try to live by that Michael J. Fox saying that where he talks about, don't worry about tomorrow. Just live in today, because if whatever you're worrying about tomorrow doesn't happen, you've lived it for no reason. And if it does happen, you've lived through it twice. And so I really try to stick to that. Again, I didn't get it verbatim, but that's real close to the quote I've read of his. And it really is something I always keep in my mind, but it was, I don't know, it was pretty hard just because I hadn't dealt with that since my DBS surgery to that level. I always have to adjust it about every 3-4 months. It'll usually only be 1 or 2 bumps on my right side and maybe about 1 on my left side if I have to. And so I guess to have to bump up that far to get things to stop really frustrated me. And then also the other weird thing was to go from the one extreme to the other for Parkinson's people, because we have dyskinesia usually means that our brain's kind of getting a dopamine dump. And also, of course, with being on it for a long time, that happens. And then within a matter of probably 10 minutes, I literally went from dyskinetic, could hardly sit still in my chair, to starting that tremor in my right foot just a little bit. And so that was kind of a trip. And And I'd even, like I said, I had decided to skip my 4 o'clock dose. And because we got home, I think, right before 4. So I was still a little dyskinetic. And so I thought, okay, I just need to skip that dose and not take it so I don't continue that. Because I wouldn't say dyskinesia is painful for me, but it is exhausting. It's exhausting, just moving, and there's nothing you can do about it. And but then to go from the one side of dyskinesia to the other side of tremors and dystonia and pain, that sucked, especially to go that quickly within, like I said, about a 10-minute range. I think the biggest impact it had on me was, like I said, was mentally. And besides today, I've been pretty tired, very tired, and sore in some areas. My right arm, especially right in here, this muscle, just, there we go. This muscle in here just really tightens up. That's the worst one. And then, of course, my hand, it just wants to ball up, or put my thumb in like this, and then it closes. But I always know it's coming when my tremors start, because my pinky will start going down and curling, and then it's almost like in sequence, and then it just goes. Anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like I needed to just talk it out. I know it's been, it's been a while, and that hit me. But I just had to talk it out. I talked to my wife, and she did point out something last night, was that, this isn't an everyday thing like it used to be, and we can control it. We have some control over it, which is great. I love that ability to be able to go and adjust the leads in my brain so that I can, get some relief. And, but then also at the same time in my head, I'm just going, man, this thing is just trucking along, isn't it? It just, yeah, I can be aware of my Parkinson's every day, but I can't always be aware, or I am not always aware of what it's doing to me. Because when my deep brain stimulation is working well, most people can tell me they can't even tell that I have Parkinson's. And that's the best thing ever. Of course, with the physical, the things that people see, and I love that. But like I said, it hit hard, just because I know it was just a realization of what it's doing to me, what it can do to me, and what future will be, and that kind of thing. And so anyway, I've just, like I said, it's really very all over the place and unscripted or whatever, because I don't really script much, obviously. But I just wanted to come out and talk to y'all about it, and share what happened, and share kind of why I've been MIA on my YouTube channel. And just working through some stresses of life, and just taking hits at work, and yet still trying to maintain everything here at home. I mean, there's been some good things too. I've obviously, if for those of you that follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, I post a lot of pictures of my 1970 VW Bug Betty, and that's been a great, definitely a joy of mine to keep doing that and have help working on that, and it's almost about to where I want it. I have the parts. I just haven't had the time to really get out and finish putting some of them in. And plus, it's just been, we live outside of Houston and it's already getting hotter than hell. And we're only halfway through July or June. And the heat, that's another thing I've noticed this year, is the heat's definitely getting to me quicker, taking it out of me faster. But what I really try to be conscious of is drinking a lot of water. Number one, drinking a lot of water. And secondly, taking my breaks when I need to. I don't care. I'll get halfway through mowing my lawn, and I'm fortunate to have a nice zero-turn mower because we have a very large front yard. And but even cruising around on that, you're bouncing around, and it's not the smoothest yard in the world, so it kind of beats you up. So I stop and take breaks, and it's what we have to do, because we got to take care of ourselves. We got to stay hydrated, and anyway, and the other thing I've done too, especially, is I bought myself a hat that it's like comes out to here, and it's all the way, goes, the brim's all the way around, and then it has a thing attached to the back that covers, so my neck and everything is well protected. I also got some UV sweat wicking long sleeve shirts. They're real thin, but they're absorbent. And I hate wearing long sleeves in the summer, but with already having one skin cancer incident, and I just don't want another one. And so I'm really taking that to heart this year, especially because it just seems like it's even hotter than ever. And that's probably only going to continue. But anyway, yeah, so we got to protect ourselves from the sun and the exhaustion and heat exhaustion, and making sure we are hydrated, making sure we don't get dehydrated, drinking tons of water, Propels, whatever the case may be, Gatorade, Pedialyte, I don't care. It's just when you're outside sweating, you've got to replenish yourself. And anyway, that's my encouragement for this video. But anyway, I just it felt good to just talk to y'all and get it out there and let you know kind of what I'm dealing with and going through. And besides saying I'm a lot, I guess that's about it. That's about all I have today. But again, I just want to thank y'all for your patience, your support, your friendship, and your kindness. And just means a lot to me. And so when you can, hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button. It's somewhere here too. That would be awesome. Share it with your family, your friends. Just because I don't think that, that's what this channel is supposed to be about, is educating the people that don't know about Parkinson's. Whether it be young onset or whatever, it doesn't matter. Just really want people to understand, and those people that are close to you that maybe you can't find the words, maybe I was able to get them out there for you today or in some other videos in the past, that you can share with your family and friends. And sometimes seeing it from somebody else when they're not around, since they're around you all the time, I think sometimes hearing it from somebody else is some confirmation for them and some affirmation for you. And maybe it gives them a little more understanding of what you're going through and just dealing with. Because that's what we can't do this alone. We just can't do this alone. And I'm fortunate to have a wonderful wife that is on this journey with me. And I know not all of you that watch these maybe don't have a significant other or whatever the case may be. But really try to lean into your friends, your family, just whatever you can because you can't carry this by yourself. And this is a great example. Just speaking what happened to me in this camera and on this video, just kind of helped lift a little bit off of me, just to get it out there. And so I guess with that said, I am gonna call it a video. And again, please like, subscribe, share. I love your feedback and your comments down below. We're in this together, so let's do this. And again, just keep living each day to its fullest. Live your best life now, and we'll talk to you again soon. All right.